From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth.
Good Monday morning. Hope everyone out there had a fantastic weekend, and the work week is looking like, well, not very active when it comes to the weather. Could have some foggy mornings, could see some subtle reductions in air quality, but the forecast going to stay dry for the foreseeable future, and those high temperatures pretty mild through Tuesday, getting a little bit more seasonal and cooler/colder for Wednesday and beyond. Not seeing much this morning at the rodeo grounds in Ellensburg. This view coming courtesy of our Central Washington Outdoor.com camera. And the fog in the Kittitas Valley mostly staying confined to the valley. Outside of there, visibility looking pretty good. So use the low beams, take it slow on those roadways in the Kittitas Valley, not only because visibility is being reduced, but that could be some freezing fog as the temperatures there right at freezing. Temperatures all over the map this morning. We have 30s, we have 40s, and we have 50s, just kind of depending on your microclimate. Here's your hourly forecast for this Monday for the Tri-Cities. Again, very mild, ending up in the 50s. We'll have mostly sunny to partly cloudy skies. It's going to be a dry day. We'll have light winds. Those highs are going to be about 10 degrees warmer than normal for this time of the year. But back to the fog. We'll talk about the potential of more widespread fog for tomorrow morning coming up on Good Morning Northwest, which starts right now.
Right now on Good Morning Northwest, Washington's Department of Natural Resources is gearing up for wildfire season with local fire districts getting new equipment. We'll see how this could help prevent wildfires for several communities. And a new reservoir project that aims to help the Tri-Cities store more water for the future. We'll see what officials are doing to protect the water supply. And one local program is breaking boundaries by helping residents train for the 2026 Ironman race. How it's helping people prepare for the challenge. All the details are coming up on Good Morning Northwest, which starts right now.
This is Apple Valley News Now. Good Morning Northwest on your side.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining us for Good Morning Northwest. I'm Jessica Jalal. It's Monday, January 12th. We're going to get right into your top stories, and we're starting off by looking statewide as the Department of Natural Resources is boosting wildfire readiness across Washington. And they're doing this by handing over equipment to the communities most at risk. So this spring, the DNR will transfer 25 surplus wildland fire engines at no cost to local fire districts. This will help fire departments strengthen their early response time when fires first spark. The engines are part of a long-running program designed to get resources directly into the hands of frontline firefighters. And leaders say quick initial attack can make the difference between a small fire and a major wildfire.
Wildfires are an all of Washington problem, and the role that local fire districts, fire commissions play is essential. As was noted, you're often the first on the scene.
The DNR says the program is especially critical as lawmakers debate wildfire funding, which was cut in half last session. Reductions could mean fewer firefighters, fewer prevention tools, and the loss of early detection systems across the state. 6:03 in Environment News Now, where after weeks of heavy rain and flooding concerns, officials with the Kennewick Irrigation District say water storage in the Yakima Basin is improving, but drought risks aren't over yet. It's January, the heart of water season, and recent atmospheric river storms have helped refill reservoirs across the region to levels not seen in years. While that's good news for water supply, officials say snowpack, which provides more than half of the Yakima Basin's annual water, is still running well below normal, leaving long-term conditions uncertain. Crews were able to capture runoff from recent storms, but much of the early mountain snow melted off, forcing the basin to rebuild snowpack as winter continues.
Some of the snow we had in the mountains melted off, and so we were able to capture as much of that as was above the reservoirs, and we're able to capture that in the reservoir. But much of that snowpack we'd had was now gone, and so we've been now having to rebuild and reaccumulate snow.
District leaders say new storage projects and continued snowfall will be critical in building drought resilience as the region heads towards spring and summer demand. Taking you now to Yakima, where the city is witnessing a fresh start this year as the YWCA embarks on an important mission to expand safety and support for survivors of domestic violence. Apple Valley News Now's Monique Garcia shows us their plan to repurpose an old community building, adding 112 new beds to better serve those seeking safety.
When it comes to sheltering people who are suffering in domestic violence situations, helping them feel safe and secure is key. Having it be a place of healing also can be a big help. Sherry Kilty, Chief Executive Officer of the YWCA, says the new space isn't just a way to serve others. It's a way to preserve a building in Yakima rich with a history of saving lives.
Saving community treasure, because it was the first nursing school in our community, first hospital. It was already set up dormitory style in a sense that there were multiple rooms. So we'll have 42 rooms for people to stay in, families. And it was already a residential place in the beginning, of when the building was built.
This new shelter aims to provide a safe space for anyone fleeing domestic violence.
Women and children. And new to our program is we're also going to have a small space for men and their children that are also fleeing domestic violence. We continue to receive more and more calls from men in those situations, so we'll be able to try to provide some emergency shelter for them, because there's really nowhere else for safe shelter for men in the community.
Once the shelter opens, it will operate just like the current one.
People will call our crisis hotline number 24 hours a day. People could also walk in Monday through Friday, 8 to 5, and we'll meet with one of our advocates and we'll learn about your situation. And if you're needing that emergency safe shelter, then we will bring you in.
After securing housing, the YWCA works with each person individually to help them regain their footing.
It's really customized in the sense some people come and they might need 1 or 2 days, some people need a week, some people need all 90 days. And we just try to individualize for each person's situation what they really need.
The goal is to complete construction by mid-July, with a few weeks following to finalize housing details so the expanded shelter can welcome community members by September. Reporting in Yakima, Monique Garcia, Apple Valley News Now.
And thanks to support from the community as well as local, state, and the federal government, the YWCA successfully raised the $17 million needed to bring this vital renovation to life. 6:07 and talking local living now. A Tri-Cities program is giving residents the chance to train for one of the world's toughest endurance races. Visit Tri-Cities is now accepting applications for its I'm Tri program, this through February 13th. So this community initiative provides nearly $10,000 in coaching, wellness services, equipment, and race entry for the Ironman 70.3 Washington Tri-Cities. No prior triathlon experience is required.
It's just a way to create more depth and more meaning in the Ironman event and filter that really into the heart of our community.
This 2-year-old program selects 2 people each year who balance full-time jobs and family responsibilities. Applicants cannot have competed in an Ironman event before, and participants are announced in early March with training beginning this spring ahead of the September 2026 race. Visit Tri-Cities has received 6 applications so far, and if you would like to apply, we have a link up on our website. And keep it here, because coming up next, buying a new car is tough right now with high prices and high interest rates, and consumers need to find ways to stay on budget. After the break, Consumer Reports will show us how to protect your budget when buying or leasing a car. But first, our Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth will have your first alert weather forecast. Good Morning Northwest. We'll be right back.
Even if you have moderate to severe eczema, you can feel the rhythm, feel the flow. And Dupixent helps you feel the heal. It helps calm the key source of inflammation under the skin that can cause eczema. Some adults saw fast itch relief after the first dose and long-lasting clear skin at 1 year. Many even saw 90% clear skin. Severe allergic reactions, including skin reactions, can occur. Get help right away for face, mouth, tongue, or throat swelling, wheezing, or trouble breathing. Tell your doctor of new or worsening eye problems like eye pain or vision changes, skin symptoms, joint aches and pain, or a parasitic infection. Don't change or stop other treatments without talking to your doctor. Stay ahead of eczema and help heal your skin from within. Dupixent, the #1 prescribed biologic by dermatologists and allergists. Ask your eczema specialist about Dupixent today.
Trump conservative Amanda McKinney knows how to deliver for Central Washington. As Yakima County Commissioner, McKinney fought government overreach, protected Second Amendment rights, and stood up for Washington's farmers and ranchers. In Congress, Amanda McKinney will fight to advance President Trump's agenda. That means securing the border, improving affordability by lowering everyday costs, and defending rural Washington. Amanda McKinney, America First, Central Washington always. Washington Rising is responsible for the content of this advertising.
Just like you, I'm working towards buying my first home.
I'm saving for my children's future.
Like you, I want financial tools that make my life easier.
At Hapo, we're more than employees. We're people just like you, and we understand what really matters.
And just like you,
we're planning for our future.
And I care about making a difference.
We're here to help you navigate life's milestones, big and small, because we're just like you. Join us at Hapo today.
Board-certified orthopedic surgeon and sports medicine specialist, Dr. Tegan Goodell, is now caring for patients in Prosser and Walla Walla. Dr. Goodell provides advanced care in orthopedic surgery and sports medicine injuries, including surgery of the shoulder, elbow, knee, and ankle. Get back to doing what you love. Call Prosser Orthopedic Center at 509-786-5599 or visit prosserhealth.org. Prosser Memorial Health. This is how we care.
It's like mountain biking, but in snow. Fly the Northwest, Tuesday at 6. From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colberth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. Let's go ahead and take you on a zone-by-zone tour of this morning's temperatures. We start off for our mountain passes, which are in the 30s and 40s. Then we'll take you down to the Kittitas Valley, where we're all in the 30s, but we're right at freezing in Ellensburg, so that fog could be some freezing fog. Low to mid-30s up and down the Yakima Valley, and most of us in the 30s for the lower Columbia Basin, but we're seeing that urban heating in the Tri-Cities, which is why we're around 50 degrees. And then for the Blue Foothills, some of those gusts out of the south are making the foothills a little bit warmer as opposed to the rest of us with 40s and 50s, and then we're just in the 30s this morning for the highest terrain of the Blue Mountains. So, okay, here is your day planner forecast for this Monday for the Tri-Cities. Can't rule out a very, 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 very low-end chance of a shower early this morning, but after that, it's going to be a dry day with partly cloudy to mostly sunny skies and temperatures getting up into the 50s. Okay, now let's focus in on the fog that we have for this morning. Could have some additional fog over the next couple mornings. It is still very thick in the Kittitas Valley, and like you saw, those temperatures down at 32 degrees, so those roadways could be a little slick, given that it is some freezing fog. We're expecting that could last deep into the morning, maybe even into the early afternoon. Then for tonight, could come back after 10 p.m. For tomorrow, can't rule out some of that fog expanding across the map into the Yakima Valley, the lower Columbia Basin, and the Blue Foothills, but it's always very finicky to forecast for fog around these parts around this time of the year. This is going to be an easy forecast. No rain in the forecast over the next 7 days. We'll talk about that and why it's happening coming up in a few minutes.
Thank you, Josh. Talking your Consumer Reports now. If you're shopping for a new car, you've probably seen that prices are still high and interest rates haven't really eased up. With more families falling behind on payments or even losing their cars, staying on budget matters now more than ever. That's why this morning Consumer Reports shows us how to protect your budget when buying or leasing a car. Take a look.
New car prices are averaging around $50,000 and interest rates are near 7%. Gustavo Flores Macias, Dean of the School of Public Policy at the University of Maryland, says tariffs are not helping.
It has affected the price of these vehicles, and it affects consumers' ability to afford them.
That's why Consumer Reports says it's especially important for shoppers to know what to expect when buying a new vehicle. Consumer Reports closely monitors the auto market, buying 40 to 50 new cars every year for testing.
You want to watch out for things like add-ons and extras and fees that can push up a price by hundreds or thousands of dollars.
To compare prices and see what's actually available near you, you can check the manufacturer's site, plus places like TrueCar, Cars.com or CR's Build and Buy service. If local dealers don't have what you want, look outside your immediate area, but not too far. Also, it's worth looking into financing through your bank or credit union.
Sometimes dealerships offer promotional financing, which can save you a lot of money. But at the very least, talking to the bank gives you a baseline that you can compare against what the dealer offers.
Consumer Reports cautions against those really long 84 or 96-month loans. The monthly payments may seem manageable, but interest can drive the overall cost much higher. And for buyers thinking about leasing, there are trade-offs to consider.
Make sure you know what the mileage limits are, the fees that you could face at the end of that lease, and any sort of maintenance or repairs that you have to pay when you turn in the car at the end of the lease.
And whether you're leasing or buying, don't feel rushed into signing a contract. Giving yourself time to understand what you're agreeing to can save you a lot of stress down the road. This is Jaima Crespo.
And extended warranties can give you some peace of mind once the manufacturer's coverage runs out, but they can also add thousands to the price. Consumer Reports says you're often better off choosing a reliable car and setting aside a little emergency fund instead. All right, keep it here because coming up next, Josh Colbert is back with how your weather is looking for the week. It's all coming up in that full First Alert weather forecast in just a few minutes.
The Ford F-150 redefines working remotely. There's an available desk inside the cab, an available tailgate work surface out back, and available Pro Power on board to plug in what you need. Tough this smart can only be called F-150.
Another Yakima winter is right around the corner. Don't get left out in the cold this year. Call Vance Heating, Air Conditioning, and Electric today and take advantage of our Cozy Comfort Bundle. You'll get a furnace system check, as well as a whole home electrical inspection for just $116. That's right, 2 checks, 1 cozy price, and peace of mind all season long with our Cozy Comfort Bundle. This winter, don't leave it to chance. Call Vance. Vance Heating, Air Conditioning, and Electric.
February is American Heart Month. Join us in Going Red for Women Friday, February 6th at Desert Wind Winery in Prosser for a heart-healthy luncheon with guest speaker Prosser Memorial Health cardiologist Dr. Karan Vati. Tickets are just $50 each and available online now at prosserhealth.foundation. Event proceeds benefit the Prosser Memorial Health Foundation Women's Health Fund. This is how we give.
Ever feel like something's missing? Like there's a hole in your morning routine? Well, we've got just the thing. At Some Bagels, we make more than fresh bagels. We make a variety of baked goods to fill your day with everything you've been missing. Have your favorite coffee drink with our in-house roasted espresso beans. And enjoy your bagel with our flavored cream cheeses. Because at Some Bagels, the only thing better than the hole in the middle is everything around it. I want some, you want some, we want some. Gimme Some Bagels.
The Ford F-150 redefines working remotely. There's an available desk inside the cab, an available tailgate work surface out back, and available Pro Power on board to plug in what you need. Tough this smart can only be called F-150.
It is a wild card playoff game.
Texans, Steelers, NFL Wild Card Weekend. Houston battles Pittsburgh tonight at 4:30 on Apple Valley News Now.
Next live, Laura Dern and Aaron Tveit, plus health tips with physician Ashley Alker.
Mark is monitoring his heart.
42 beats per minute. No, it's 94.
Today at 9 on Apple Valley News Now. Portions of Apple Valley News Now are sponsored by Allen Brecky Law Offices.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbert.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. Not too many times you'll see me break out this title slide in the month of January. Yeah, it's going to be abnormally dry for this time of the year. Here's why, okay? We have these blue H's on the map. What are these, Josh? Well, these are areas of high pressure. What this does is this kind of acts as a shield for active weather, and it sends storm systems over us up into the Canadian provinces, and that's what's going to end up happening over the next week. So let's go ahead and show you that with First Alert Radar. This morning, we are seeing some moderate to heavy rainfall at times on the west side, but it's just some light showers for Snoqualmie Pass. There's a low-end chance that maybe we could see a sprinkler or two making it over to the east of the Cascades, and let's show you that with Futurecast Radar. Again, a few blips on the map. This is going to end up being a mostly dry day and even a decent amount of sunshine out there as well. And the forecast just going to stay bone dry after that. So here are the precip chances for the next 7 days for the Tri-Cities. Low in chance of a little sprinkle this morning, probably around 7, 8 a.m. And then after that, just no rain in the forecast at all. So you'd be hard pressed to find a precip chances graphic like this in the entire Pacific Northwest during the month of January. So that is, it's just abnormal. Okay, we're also going to be abnormally mild for this time of the year, at least to start off the week, trending cooler as the week goes on though. So for today, about 15 degrees warmer than normal for this time of the year, about 10 degrees warmer than normal by Tuesday. Then you see definitely some much more seasonal stuff for Wednesday and beyond, back to around average for Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Average around this time of the year is essentially 40 degrees. So the big takeaways, it's going to be a dry forecast, and also we're going to trend colder throughout the week. Here's a 7-day forecast for the Tri-Cities. Very small chance of a shower this morning, otherwise a dry forecast. And then in Yakima, maybe some patchy fog for tomorrow morning, but we'll see how that progresses throughout the week. In Ellensburg, this is where the best ingredients are in place for freezing fog all throughout the week. And then for Hermiston, keeping it dry and trending colder over the next 7 days. And finally for Walla Walla, mid-50s to start the work week, but upper 30s to end the work week as the forecast stays rainless.
Coming up next on Good Morning Northwest, we're breaking down the weekend box office numbers to see which blockbusters stayed #1 for a 4th straight weekend. Also the animated sequel making history and the new movie that delivered the biggest scare in theaters. We've got all those numbers coming up in your entertainment news after the break.
At Smoke City for Less, we understand every smoker is unique. Explore our over 1,500 vape flavors and specialty curated selection of tobacco products. Your perfect flavor and blend awaits at any of Smoke City for Less 6 locations. Save your pennies. Smoke City for Less has the lowest prices. Find the best vape mods, batteries, kratom, and specialty products too. Our knowledgeable staff is always on hand to provide personalized recommendations. Smoke City for Less. We smoke the competition.
Welcome to Nob Hill Casino in Yakima. Experience the thrill of our Vegas-style casino featuring the friendliest dealers in town. Join our Players Club and earn exciting rewards. Enjoy games like Blackjack, Pai Gow, and High Card Flush. While you're here, don't forget to unwind with a drink at our cozy bar or enjoy a meal from our restaurant. Come discover Yakima's ultimate entertainment destination, Nob Hill Casino, where the locals play.
From Apple Valley News Now, this is Medically Speaking.
Atomic Health pays me to do the in-home, I guess nursing or the things I do to help out, so we don't need a nurse. Meds, cooking, cleaning, getting him to doctor's appointments, picking up prescriptions, whatever else needs to be done. So at least once a month or whenever I need her, Sarah, or whatever nurse is available, comes to our house. If I have a worry that I'm not sure if he needs to go to the doctor, she comes and advises me and does an assessment and tells me if there's anything I need to do different, or I don't know that I could do this without him.
So we'll definitely evaluate their past employment. As a registered nurse myself, I'll look through their medical records and I'll look to see maybe what medical conditions they have, and we'll be very upfront with them, honest about whether they do have a claim that could warrant benefits or not.
A new year comes with new goals and smarter choices. Enjoy a new vehicle from McCurley Chevrolet while staying on budget with payments as low as $16 per day. Or choose a wide range of McCurley certified vehicles. All makes and models carefully inspected, and our certification is included in the price you see. This year, stay on track financially and drive something you truly love. Thinking about saving? Think McCurley Chevrolet.
Houston battles Pittsburgh tonight at 4:30 on Apple Valley News Now.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. In your entertainment news, audiences are heading back to theaters in a big way.
That's right. From epic sequels to animated favorites and a new horror debut, this weekend's box office had plenty of movement.
But this morning, one film is still holding strong at the top. David Daniel has the numbers in your weekend box office countdown.
many fragments do you think are up there?
More than I can count. It's crazy to think something so beautiful can be so deadly.
The apocalyptic sequel Greenland 2 Migration debuted in 5th place with $8.5 million.
Hops and Wild?
Wild and Hops. The dream team.
Zootopia 2 took 4th place with $10.1 million, giving it $379 million domestic and $1.65 billion globally, Disney Animation's highest-grossing movie ever.
I need this job. I can't lose it. I do not want to go back.
The Housemaid landed in 3rd place, earning $11.2 million.
There's something wrong with Ben.
The horror thriller Primate was the top new movie, grossing $11.3 million to debut in 2nd place.
The strength of the ancestors is here.
Avatar: Fire and Ash is still strong. The 3rd film in the series topped the chart for a 4th straight weekend, earning $21.3 million for total grosses of $343 million domestic and nearly $1.25 billion worldwide. In Hollywood, I'm David Daniel.
And another week is gone. I still haven't seen Avatar, but I'll get to it eventually. And you, what about Wicked? No, nothing? Okay.
I'm telling you.
You know what? I'm about to give up on you.
Oh no! I'm telling you, that list. There's Wicked 1, Wicked 2, Zootopia 2.
And I think Jade and I have added to your list. I think it's 80% is us. Yeah.
I've been slacking. Oh, yeah, for sure.
You'll get to it eventually, just like I'll get to Avatar. All right, keep it here because coming up next, the Franklin County Auditor is seeking local voices to help explain an upcoming ballot measure. And we have how this measure could impact the community and also how you can get involved. And a $2.3 billion budget gap and a proposed millionaire's tax are set to spark debate in Olympia today as the legislative session starts today. And we'll break down what's on the table and how these decisions could affect you. All the details are in our 6:30 half hour after the break.
Let Quantum Legal protect you and be your champion on the legal battleground. Whether it's a fight for justice in the face of criminal accusations, personal injury claims, or workplace accidents, Quantum Legal is your unwavering ally. An aggressive offense is your greatest defense. Quantum Legal is the sword and shield you've been seeking. Your best defense, Quantum Legal.
At Columbia Basin Oral and Maxillofacial Surgeons, your safety is our top priority. We are the only board-certified oral and maxillofacial surgery experts in wisdom tooth removal and dental implant placement in the Tri-Cities. With years of experience and a commitment to excellence, we ensure every patient receives safe, personalized treatment. Ask your dentist to refer you to the Tri-Cities experts in oral surgery, Columbia Basin Oral and Maxillofacial Surgeons. We look forward to meeting you.
Everyone deserves to be connected. Big cities, small towns, everywhere in between. And staying connected shouldn't break the bank. That's why T-Mobile and US Cellular have joined forces. The best network just got bigger. And we're combining it with the local service you know and trust. Join now and save up to 20% versus Verizon.
Life happens. Lucky for you, the new ICCU Central Plus checking account comes with benefits, including cell phone protection.
Wait, through my ICCU checking account?
That's right. Along with a whole lot of other benefits you might need. Because being human is a full-time job.
This new year, refresh your space with comfort that fits your life. From living rooms made for relaxing, to dining rooms made for gathering, and bedrooms designed for better rest. Enjoy our free white glove delivery service and make it yours with 31 months interest-free financing. For our lowest prices of the year, visit a More Furniture near you or shop now at morefurniture.com.
When you have some essential work that needs to be done, you of course want to hire experts. For over 30 years, Allen Brecky Law Offices has been helping people who've been injured in an accident. Call 735-0546. They're waiting to help you.
These other guys don't have protein like me. Up to 35 grams in my protein bowls, or try my 2 for $6 Jack Wraps. If I'm saying something that's not true, do something about it. Try my protein bowls and Jack Wraps.
Welcome to Jack in the Box.
It's like mountain biking, but in snow. Fly the Northwest, Tuesday at 6. This is Apple Valley News Now. Good morning, Northwest. On your side.
Good morning, and thank you for joining us for Good Morning Northwest. I'm Jessica Jalal.
I'm Josh Colbert.
No active weather this week, which is a nice change, but also kind of bad because we need that snow.
Short term for, I guess, like my brain and my clarity and reasoning. It's good.
Nice,
It's good to get a little break. Long term, it's bad because we need the snow up in the mountains. We already have a deficit, and this is supposed to be like one of our wettest, snowiest months. So if we get a week without that up in the mountains, we're really going to dig ourselves a hole. So got to take the good with the bad sometimes. Let's go ahead and take a look at those big weather stories. Could be a little bit foggy. I mean, it's definitely already foggy this morning in the Kittitas Valley, but some of that wealth could get spread into tomorrow morning and then into the next few mornings after that. It's going to be dry for the foreseeable future, and high temperatures starting off this week mild, trending a little bit colder and more seasonal for the rest of the week. Okay, for now, we are going to focus in on the fog. It's pretty thick this morning in the Kittitas Valley, and we're keeping a very close eye on this to see if it spreads down into the Yakima Valley or into the rest of our lower elevation locations. But for now, we're going to say visibility probably going to be good for the rest of us, but in the Kittitas Valley, this could last until the late morning, even perhaps into the early afternoon. Then for tonight, probably coming back after 10 p.m. And then for tomorrow, the best ingredients for fog, once again, going to be in the Kittitas Valley, but we cannot rule it out for the Yakima Valley, for the lower Columbia Basin, and for the Blue Foothills. That time frame would be 4 a.m. to 10 a.m. And some of this could be some freezing fog, just given that those overnight lows are going to be pretty close to that threshold. All right, this is going to continue. Dry weather continuing for the next 7 days. We'll talk about that and why coming up a little bit later in the show.
Thank you, Josh. Now we start this half hour of news in Pasco, where the Franklin County Auditor's Office is looking for local voices to help explain a Pasco ballot measure just ahead of next month's special election. The Auditor's Office is seeking Franklin County voters who live in Pasco to serve on committees, and they'll write statements for and against Proposition 1. This will appear in the February 10th special election, and Prop 1 asks voters whether to replace an expiring educational programs and operations levy for the Pasco School District, making the local voters pamphlet an important resource for explaining how the measure could impact the community.
They will rely on the voters pamphlet that's provided to explain both sides of the issue, and then they'll vote. And we're just glad when running the election that there is two sides presented.
And Washington state law allows the auditor to appoint committee members if volunteers do not step forward. 6:33 in Washington's 2026 legislative session is here, and some of this year's bills could bring some major changes to the state. Apple Valley News Now's Caleb Stipkovitz tells us what lawmakers have on the table and how it could impact you.
As lawmakers head to Olympia, two topics are expected to be at the forefront of this year's legislative session.
The budget does not balance over the 4-year period.
Our revenue forecasts are below what was projected.
The first is the state's $2.3 billion budget dilemma, and specifically the best way to fix it. Governor Bob Ferguson is proposing a variety of ways to make up for the shortfall, including making cuts to several programs and dipping into Washington's rainy day fund, something that some lawmakers are hesitant about.
They are trying to raid the rainy day fund, roughly $1 billion, which is, also reckless and irresponsible for the fiscal health of our state, our bond and credit rating.
But other legislators say they support the governor's proposal, calling it the responsible thing to do in order to fix the deficit. And the second topic that's going to be up for debate is Governor Ferguson's newly introduced millionaire's tax. And that's an income tax, something that Washington currently doesn't have in place. The governor says that he hopes to put a 9.9% income tax on people making over $1 million a year, which is the wealthiest 0.5% of the state's residents. Governor Ferguson says that part of the revenue earned from the tax will go to tax credits for low-income families and small businesses.
I do think that where the people of the state are right now, when it comes to our regressive tax system, I think they're ready for a change. and ready to take steps that in the past maybe they did not.
But some critics say they hope the millionaire's tax doesn't pass, as they worry it could become expanded to residents making less money each year. And they also say they believe it would face a legal challenge in the Washington State Supreme Court. Lawmakers will also have to review bills ranging from transportation and schooling to AI and immigration.
And the 60-day legislative session is set to start today, and next steps for lawmakers includes February 17th, which is the last day to consider a bill in its House of Origin, and March 12th, the last day of the session. All right, keep it here because coming up next, if you vow to work out more in 2026, experts are warning that many are starting too hard and then risking injury. Coming up, we have tips from a top sports medicine doctor on the safest ways to get back in shape this year. Talking your health news after the break.
Houston battles Pittsburgh tonight at 4:30 on Apple Valley News Now.
Prosser's most colorful adventure is at Splat It. Throw paint, get messy, and have a blast. For kids, adults, parties, and nights out, Splat It has it all. Book now at splatitnw.com.
This new year, refresh your space with comfort that fits your life. From living rooms made for relaxing to dining rooms made for gathering and bedrooms designed for better rest. Enjoy our free white glove delivery service and make it yours with 31 months interest-free financing. For our lowest prices of the year, visit a More Furniture near you or shop now at morefurniture.com.
Thinking about an RV show? Skip it and save some dough. At Broadmoor RV, you get real people, real prices, real service with the same great deals, no show required. Skip the crowds, skip the hidden fees, skip the show, and save some dough at Broadmoor RV, where we make camping fun.
This is your home for Kraken hockey. Every goal. He scores! Every save. What a stop! Every game. That's hockey, baby! Watch us defend the deep.
Kraken Rangers coverage begins at 4 today on My Network TV.
Sophia has a way of finding the perfect fit. So, when she was searching for a vehicle, she started at FordBlueAdvantage.com, where she found a certified pre-owned SUV from her local Ford dealer. It was inspected, backed by a Ford warranty, and a Carfax report. A vehicle that fit her style and her budget to a T. Because she knows from experience the best finds are the ones that feel made for you. And well, we have to agree with her there. Ford Blue Advantage. Used car buying that's built for you.
Depression and anxiety can feel like a heavy, suffocating weight pulling you down. But there is hope. Neurostim TMS can help you regain your life. No medications, no drug-related side effects, just a proven solution covered by insurance. Our FDA-approved, non-invasive transcranial magnetic stimulation therapy targets the source of your symptoms. Neurostim works when medications fail and is the Northwest's leader in TMS, with over 250,000 successful treatments delivered. There is hope. Call today for a free consultation.
Biking in the snow?
Basically modified mountain bikes. They're built around really big tires.
An awesome flight as we go fat biking.
That allows you to ride on top of groomed snow or somewhat packed snow.
Fly the Northwest. Apple Valley News Now at 6 Tuesday.
Next Live, Laura Dern and Aaron Tveit, plus health tips with physician Ashley Alker.
Mark is monitoring his heart.
42 beats per minute. No, it's 94.
Today at 9 on Apple Valley News Now.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. Let's go ahead and take a look at your day planner forecast for Yakima, as it is going to be a dry day. You see no precip chances. Temperature starting off in the 30s, going to end up in the 40s, pretty close to 50 degrees, and the winds will be light all throughout the day. We're going to have a lot of forecasts that'll look just like this throughout the next 7 days, although I think the possibility for fog is going to grow and grow as we get deeper and deeper into the week. Okay, let's go ahead and take you on that zone-by-zone tour of today's forecast. We start off in the Cascades. High's going to end up in the 40s. Rain looking 50-50, if not a little bit better than that, and it will be a little bit gusty up this way. But to the east of there, that's where we're going to keep it dry. You see in the Kittitas Valley could have fog lasting up until the late morning to early afternoon. These highs are going to be pretty close to 50 degrees. And then in the Yakima Valley, upper 40s to low, even some mid-50s on the map. Then for the lower Columbia Basin, looks as if all of us are going to end up in the mid-50s. Could have some low-end chances of a very light shower around 7 a.m., 8 a.m. Other than that, it's going to be a dry day. Those gusts for the Blues sinking down the face of the Blue Mountains into the Blue foothills. When that air sinks, it compresses, it warms. That's known as compressional warming. And so it will be a little bit warmer for the foothills, close to 60 degrees in some instances as opposed to the rest of the region. There are those aforementioned gusts for the Blue Mountains coming up out of the south around 20 to 25 miles per hour, and the Blues themselves are going to be stuck in the 40s and 50s. Our precip chance is going to be stuck around 0% over the next 7 days. We'll talk about that coming up in a few minutes.
Thank you, Josh. Now, in your health headlines this morning, if you put health as a top goal in 2026, you're not alone. Exercising more is the most common New Year's resolution this year, but experts are urging you to be careful. In today's Health Minute, Mandy Gaither explains why exercise injuries tend to spike in January.
You've vowed to exercise more in 2026. That's a great goal to get healthy, but experts have a workout warning they hope you heed.
We see a very predictable spike of very preventable injuries in January every year.
Dr. Andrew Carbone with Orlando Health says after the holidays, motivation tends to spike while conditioning is at an all-time low. And he says social media often drives the rise in injuries.
There's one social media trend now with the kettlebell swing, 30-day, 100 kettlebell swings a day for 30 days. You know, that kind of stuff will cause overuse injuries.
That can include tendinitis, especially in the biceps and rotator cuff in the shoulder. Carbone says he also sees knee injuries this time of year, especially if a person suddenly takes up running.
You go from 0 to maybe running 3, 4, 5 miles. You're going to get a lot of patellar tendinitis, a lot of runner's knee.
To help avoid injuries, Carbone says to start slow, no more than 3 days a week, and incorporate rest into your regimen. He says that's when your body starts to build muscle. Don't follow social media trends. Instead, start with the basics like body weight exercises and core work. Consider getting a trainer to help keep your technique on track. And he says to remember, start with higher reps and lower weights.
Once you have the fundamentals like that, your core is strong, lower back is strong, your shoulders are good, then you can start to kind of play with increasing weights.
For Health Minute, I'm Mandy Gaither.
And experts say that you can expect to be sore after starting a new workout routine, but if you're unable to complete the exercise plan because pain is affecting how you move, or if there's swelling that accompanies that pain, it's time to see a doctor. All right, keep it here because coming up next on Good Morning Northwest, we've got your morning sprint, everything you need to know before you head out the door. And Josh is back with your full First Alert weather forecast. It's all on the other side of the break.
I met a cute poodle outside. She said everyone's talking about you and how you work for free.
When you're injured and have the heavy hitter on your team, we win or it's free. Hello? That cute poodle you were talking to wants to have a play date.
Let's go.
Call 853-2222.
Just like you, I'm working towards buying my first home.
I'm saving for my children's future.
Like you, I want financial tools that make my life easier.
At Hapo, we're more than employees. We're people just like you, and we understand what really matters.
Just like you,
we're planning for our future.
And I care about making a difference.
We're here to help you navigate life's milestones, big and small, because we're just like you. Join us at Hapo today.
When looking at your meal, you must always make sure there's enough sauce for every single bite.
Share and share alike with the 20-piece Chicken McNuggets for only $6.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
The outdoors come indoors at the 32nd Annual Tri-City Sportsman Show, January 23rd, 24th, and 25th at the Hapo Center in Pasco. See the live reptiles at the Brad's World Reptile Exhibit. Check out the hourly hunting and fishing seminars. Kids can fish at Lunker Lake. See the trophies of the Northwest Big Game Display. 2 buildings full of exhibitors, boats, RVs, pickups, ATVs, and more. It's the Tri-City Sportsman Show, January 23rd through 25th in Pasco. Don't miss it.
Hi, everybody. Jay Leno here. I love doing live stand-up comedy. No politics, no lectures. I'm not giving you my opinion on every issue of the day. Just nothing but jokes. So come by, check it out, and we'll have a lot of fun. Oh, it's clean, too.
Jay Leno live on stage. Friday, April 24th, Legends Casino Hotel. Tickets are on sale now at Ticketmaster.com or Legends Gift Shop. Don't miss Jay Leno live. Friday, April 24th, Legends Casino Hotel.
Come on by. Check out the show.
Some mornings, I get a little extra help. Memories are made in the kitchen. Find the right appliance to make more of them at Fred's.
At Fred's Appliance, all Bosch appliances are on sale. Save up to $300 on select Bosch dishwashers. Swing by Fred's Appliance today. We sell appliances, only appliances.
These other guys don't have protein like me. Up to 35 grams in my protein bowls, or try my 2 for $6 Jack Wraps. If I'm saying something that's not true, do something about it. Try my protein bowls and Jack Wraps.
Welcome to Jack in the Box. I met a cute poodle outside. She said everyone's talking about you and how you work for free.
When you're injured and have the heavy hitter on your team, we win or it's free. Hello? That cute poodle you were talking to wants to have a play date.
Let's go.
Call 853-2222.
Portions of Apple Valley News Now are sponsored by Allen Brecky Law Offices.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colberth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. You're not going to see this tidal slide too often around these parts in the months of December, January, or February. And sure enough, we just don't have much active weather over the next 7 days. And it's because of this area of high pressure. You see these blue spinning H's, those represent areas of high pressure. There's going to be a big area of that setting over the western half of the United States this week. And that is going to send all these storm systems up and around us up into the Canadian provinces. So we are actually seeing a little bit of light rainfall for this morning for Snoqualmie Pass. This is one of those storm systems that are just skirting around our area. Now, we could see a few showers sneaking over to the east of the Cascades for this morning, but when I say a few showers, I mean like maybe a few sprinkles out there, a few blips on the map to the east of the Cascades, but otherwise, the bulk of the rainfall today is going to be up in the mountains to the east of there. We should keep it dry and even seeing a decent amount of sunshine as well. And then the forecast, just going to stay dry after this. Let's take a look at those precip chances in the Yakima Valley over the next 7 days. And it's 0, 0, 0, 0, so on and so forth. Again, you'd just be hard-pressed to find a forecast like this in January in the Pacific Northwest. But that is exactly what we're going to have. Okay, not only abnormally dry, but also abnormally mild, at least to start off the week. We will be trending cooler throughout the rest of the week, but for today, almost 10 degrees warmer than normal in the Yakima Valley. For tomorrow, about 10 to 15 degrees warmer than normal. A little bit cooler for Wednesday and Thursday, and then getting closer to that average high temperature line, which would be around 40 degrees in the Yakima Valley. So, big takeaway, it's going to be a dry forecast, and we'll slowly but surely trend colder throughout the course of the week. Here's a 7-day forecast for the Tri-Cities. A very small chance of a shower this morning, otherwise dry forecast. And then in Yakima, maybe some patchy fog for tomorrow morning. We'll see how that progresses throughout the week. In Ellensburg, this is where the best ingredients are in place for freezing fog all throughout this week. In Hermiston, keeping it dry and trending colder over the next 7 days. And finally, for Walla Walla, mid-50s to start the work week, but upper 30s to end the work week as the forecast stays abnormally rainless for this time of the year. Now let's head out to New York City to see what's ahead on Good Morning America.
In this morning's GMA First Look, new details on the doctor under arrest in the Ohio murder mystery case.
This case is definitely disturbing. We want to bring some justice to the family.
Columbus police saying 39-year-old Michael David McKee shot and killed Ohio dentist Spencer Tepe and his wife Monique. The couple's children, ages 4 and 1, also found in the home but unharmed. McKee was Monique Tepe's ex-husband. According to a police affidavit, surveillance footage helped investigators identify McKee after they say it showed a car arrive just prior to the homicides and left shortly after. Police say they soon found that car in Rockford, Illinois, over 400 miles away, with evidence linking it back to McKee. And coming up at 7 a.m., we'll have the very latest on the case against Dr. Michael McKee. With your GMA First Look, I'm Alex Perez, ABC News, Rockford, Illinois.
Dupixent continuously works to help prevent asthma attacks. So girls' days are better. Game days are better. Even Mondays are better. Dupixent's an add-on treatment for specific types of moderate to severe asthma. It's not for sudden breathing problems. Some people felt their asthma symptoms improve in as little as 3 days. Severe allergic reactions, including skin reactions, can occur. Get help right away for face, mouth, tongue, or throat swelling, wheezing, or trouble breathing. Tell your doctor right away if signs of inflamed blood vessels like rash, chest pain, worsening shortness of breath, brown or dark-colored urine, tingling or numbness in limbs. Tell your doctor of new or worsening skin symptoms, joint aches and pain, or a parasitic infection. Don't change or stop other treatments without talking to your doctor. Do more with less asthma. Ask your doctor about Dupixent, the most prescribed biologic in asthma. Also approved as an add-on treatment for adults with COPD that is not well controlled and with a specific marker of inflammation.
Now, the morning sprint.
Time is 6:50. It's time for your morning sprint. We start with your national headlines. The DOJ has opened an investigation into the Federal Reserve's renovation of its D.C. headquarters. Federal prosecutors are also investigating Fed Chairman Jerome Powell. Prosecutors allege Powell lied to Congress when he testified before the Senate Banking Committee last June about the cost of the renovations. The price tag on the renovations is about $2.5 billion, and yesterday Powell pushed back against accusations the project was mismanaged. He said the threat from the Justice Department is more about disagreements he has with President Donald Trump over lowering interest rates. Powell said the Fed has to be able to set interest rates based on evidence and economic conditions, and it should not have to answer to political pressure or intimidation. In your business news, what you're paying at the gas pump on average is the lowest it's been since March of 2021. AAA says the national price per gallon is now $2.81. Meanwhile, GasBuddy released a forecast on gas prices for this year, and it projects the lowest prices will be for drivers along the Gulf Coast and the South, just below $3 a gallon. Prices above $3 are forecasted for California, the Northeast, and Chicago. In your health news, Utah is the first state in the country to let artificial intelligence prescribe drugs. The platform is called Doctronic, and it lets patients get prescription renewals on drugs they regularly take. The system quietly launched in December, and it verifies patients' identities as well as medication and dosage history. Doctronic will not issue new prescriptions or handle refills for controlled substances. The state plans on using the system starting with a trial period. Physician groups are pushing back, saying the idea of medical decisions being made by AI and not doctors poses serious risks. Talking sports now, 4 men from Atlanta have been charged in November's burglary at Cleveland Browns quarterback Shedeur Sanders' house. The suspects got away with items worth more than $200,000. 3 of them have been arrested, and they're waiting extradition to Ohio and facing unrelated charges in Georgia. Police are still looking for the 4th suspect. Detectives believe there is at least 1 other person involved, and the theft occurred when Sanders was known to be playing in a game, which is similar to several other thefts at the homes of other professional athletes. Now to your top 5 local stories that you need to know this morning. Starting off, the 60-day state legislative session begins today as lawmakers in Washington face a $2.3 billion budget shortfall. Governor Bob Ferguson's proposal includes cuts to programs dipping into the rainy day fund and a 9.9% tax on residents earning over $1 million. Supporters argue this will fund critical services and provide tax relief for lower-income families, while critics warn of potential legal challenges and impacts on other taxpayers. And the Franklin County Auditor's Office is looking for Pasco residents to serve on committees to write statements for and against Proposition 1, which will be on the February 10th special election ballot. The measure asks voters whether to replace an expiring educational programs and operations levy for the Pasco School District. And if volunteers don't step forward, the auditor has the authority to appoint committee members. And the Washington DNR is set to transfer 25 wildland fire engines to local fire districts at no cost. This spring program is designed to improve early response times, allowing firefighters to contain small fires before they become major problems. Officials say quick initial action can make a critical difference during wildfire season, especially as funding for firefighting and prevention tools remains a concern. Tri-Cities water officials are monitoring reservoirs closely after 3 consecutive years of drought. Recent storms have replenished some water, but melting snowpack has caused challenges. The Kennewick Irrigation District is planning a new 12,000 acre-foot central reservoir, and this is to capture and store water for future needs. Officials say water storage is crucial to prepare for potential drought conditions next summer and also ensure reliable supply for residents and agriculture. And Visit Tri-Cities is accepting applications for its I'm Tri program, and this will help residents train for the Ironman 70.3 in the Tri-Cities. And this program provides nearly $10,000 in coaching, wellness services, equipment, and entry with no prior experience required. Those who take part will learn to balance training with work and family commitments while building confidence and resilience. And the program runs through February 13th. Trending now this morning, a very brave little deer has gone viral over the weekend after being caught taking on an opponent that outweighs him by about, 1.5 tons.
Yeah, this footage is wild. Take a look. There's the tiny.
Oh, so cutie.
There's the tiny little deer squaring up with a 1.7-ton rhino, and somehow he doesn't even back down. The rhino even gives a little head nod warning, but the deer charges anyway, going head to head before they both step back.
I love this. He's just like playing with him. Oh, he's just encouraging him. So cute. So they bump heads again, pause, and by round 3, it looks more like play fighting, with the rhino faking a massive head nod.
Through it all, the pint-sized deer held his ground, proving sometimes confidence really is everything.
This is the cutest thing ever. At first I was like, is this AI? Which is, sometimes a lot of videos nowadays, but This is real and it's so cute. And it just, reminds me of myself, especially when I'm angry.
You're the little deer?
I think I could take on a rhino when I'm angry.
And I just think it's so interesting how some animals just kind of know when you're playing, like, cats, when they play with like little infants, they'll sort of swap, but their claws will be retracted. I just think that's really special.
And I've heard somewhere that elephants think humans are cute, so I feel like that rhino just thinks like the little deer is cute. Yeah, just like playing. But I mean, it was snowing over there, but we're not really seeing snowpack up here this week.
No. Our snowpack is already below normal for this time of year. We don't have any snow in the forecast for the next 7 days, so those numbers are, just by the laws of nature, going to have to get worse before they get better, if they get better. Let's go ahead and take a look at the fog. It is thick in Kittitas County this morning and for passes in Yakima County as well, specifically for White Pass. And some of that is some freezing fog. Look at the temperatures all over the map. We have a 28, we have a 41, we have a 44. Earlier this morning, we were in the 50s in the Blue Foothills, so you'll have to bundle up to varying degrees, just kind of depending on your microclimate. A little bit later today, we will see a decent amount of sunshine in the Tri-Cities. Highs getting into the into the mid-50s. Going to be a little bit closer to 60 in the foothills, and the forecast just going to be dry, abnormally dry for this time of the year.
And thank you guys for watching Good Morning Northwest. You can always find updates on our website. That's applevalley.newsnow.com.
Good Morning America is up next. We'll be back with your local news and weather this evening. Have a great day.